Here we go.
Right as we went live. So hopefully no one heard that.
I did it. I did it. I timed it perfect, Delvin. I'm a pro.
My bad, man. I'm sorry to about it.
Entering whisper mode, aka PG mode now.
That switches.
Hey everybody.
Hey.
All right, who's hosting this thing?
Someone, I think Jim Meal in the chat.
The guy with the nice haircut and going on here.
Look at this. I know, man.
I just got a haircut too, but I don't think you can tell. But yeah, Jason's on point. He's got like product going on.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I'm 2026. Whatever 2026 has in store for us, I'm going to face it looking good.
Jason's going to have good hair.
That's right. I might be homeless, unemployed. My hair is going to be on
point. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at least you got something going for you.
I do. Yeah. I'm, 54 years old. I still have this hair. Can't complain about that.
No.
Can't complain. Oh man, I can't grow a beard as well as you two guys, but
well,
you can have it all, I suppose.
Well, one of them's got a good beard.
Yep.
But we know that one isn't you, right? Jared?
No, not me. No.
I'm like Jared. I'll grow these 4 stragglers.
I do the Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
That's about right.
What was that?
Woo! I knew it was coming. I was ready.
little zip zip pow.
Zip pow, as we said yesterday on the live stream.
At 54, I'll grow some nose hairs, and that's about it. All right. Well, before I kick this thing off, couple orders of business. One, say hello to everybody in the chat. I see Kathy is here. Serpent Matt's here. We've got Heinz K. K is here. Who else we got?
We got JT.
Oh, there's JT down there. Yep.
Okay. Before we kick off officially, hey JT, he's our latest Crusaders Club member, by the way. Before we officially kick off, I want to double check on Jason's SEP. You sound a little echoey. I want to do a scratch test.
Oh, you know what? I think. Hold on. I don't think I'm all plugged in yet. I have to swap out my work computer
for a minute there when Jason said it's time to do some business or whatever. I had flashbacks of Crusade Miss.
Hold on.
I was thinking Mary Jane was going to show up again and start telling us what we needed to do for the new year.
Man, I was watching. I got to remember what it was. I got to go back and look at what it was. I was watching a movie within last week.
1 2 1 2 1 2 baby.
I can hear you, but I don't know if StreamYard has switched over to your Yeti. Make sure StreamYard has you. It sounds the same.
Let me see here. Microphone array. Yeti. How about now?
There we go.
There we go.
Okay. All
We're
right.
like true professionals.
New setup.
Thank you.
Jason got a new setup.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my orders of business. This is we're piloting this here. This is the first live stream. So, my wife doesn't have quite as good of an internet connection, and my old rig I was hardwired in. So, baby steps.
That was a solid one.
Yep. Baby steps, but we're going to see if we can make this
We quasi-tested it on Wednesday with a recording of OHMS Pod, and it went just fine. And now I have just cursed today. All right.
All right. Well, we're going to see. Then second order of business I shared with Pat. This is one of those days I'm going to really need support from everybody in the chat, from the crew. I've got somebody I'm adopting out one of my cats too. The cat's been with me for 12 years. So yeah, it's kind of a hard day for me, but I'm a crazy cat guy right now with 6 cats, and I got to get that down to a manageable number. And hard choices have to be made. So,
cats. Sorry, that we're choosing.
All right. So at any rate,
no, don't crack me up because I just saw his apostrophes in his name because he knows that drives me fucking. I see what you're doing.
I just noticed that too. All right. Well, with that, with that out of the way, I think I'm ready to kick this off. Unless you guys have anything else that we want to do, we'll get down to business.
Anybody watching, get into the chat on the YouTube. Join us there. I think someone's writing them down. There we go, Delvin. Yep. See, that's why we can't lose Delvin, because he writes stuff down.
That's right.
That's
We'll never know.
Skill.
We wouldn't know what to do. Nobody would get prizes at the end if it wasn't for Delvin writing things down.
That's right.
All right.
Everybody would be prizeless. All right. I think we're ready to go. Are we ready to go? I see mute. All right. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. You're listening to the Longbox Crusade, podcast episode 56, featuring Avengers number 379, cover dated 1994. Hello and welcome to the 56th episode of the Longbox Crusade. I am your host, Jason Albrick, aka the Weasel Skull. Longbox Crusade is a podcast where each episode, a random cover month and year is chosen, and then an episode is selected from one of the Longbox Crusade crew members' comic collection. Each episode, we will summarize and review and reminisce about the issues, the ads, and the events of that time period. Joining me for this episode is my actual brother, Jared, my brother from another mother, Delvin, and my brother from yet another mother, Pat. And I'm going to go around the horn and see what kind of crusade they are on in 10 words or less. Reverse order. Pat, you're up.
I wasn't prepared for that. Oh, what am I doing for?
Got to be on your toes when I'm hosting.
Yeah. I'm on a crusade to do a little bit better of keeping track of things that. 10 words or less.
Sorry, time's up, Pat.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not used to this one again. So
2026, you get a mulligan. Go again.
Okay.
Hold on. You're not used to it. It's your show. How are you not used
But it's been a
to
while,
it?
All right. I got it. Here we go.
A year since we did the last one.
It's been a while. Yeah. It's been a hot minute here, as the kids would say, if they still say that anyway. I am doing some journaling and test taking. I got a notebook here that I've been trying to just keep track of things as I do things, whether it's health, health, hobbies, and all that.
All right. And next time we get together, which I'm guessing will probably be like Heroes Con or something, I hope you bring that journal because I want to see how many misspelled words are in that journal.
I'm going to drop EPs and wee-wees in
it. All right. Well, that's a good quest there, Pat. Let's move around and Delvin, Dark Web Williams, what's your crusade? 10 words or less.
Meal prepping for the first time.
Meal prepping for the first time. I like it. There's something to be said about meal prepping, because it really helps keep you on your diet. It helps you save food and money, and it's all good, man. I like that.
I can add to that now, since I followed the rules. I was a rule follower, unlike Pat over there. All those words. I also got a Costco membership for the first time. You know what they sell at Costco?
Hot dogs for $1.50. I was going to drink for $1.50.
Hot dogs for $1.50. I walk in, there's like tons of supplements, and like to the left, there's TVs to the right. Like they had a pharmacy up in that piece. They're like vacations.
They got glasses too.
That vacation I took to Costa Rica was through my Costco membership.
That does not make sense. Yeah, it's very convenient at the same time.
Man, they take care of you, man.
Yeah.
It's a good hookup. You've just also increased the chance because I like to play ethnic bingo when I go into Costco to see how many people other than middle-aged white people are in the Costco. So now I can
The Costco in Charlotte is very popular. I can say that lots of different ethnicities. That's for sure.
Oh man. Yep. Costco membership's a game changer. And then when you go in there, $1.50 for
I know where we're going now when we get to Heroes Con.
We're all going for hot dogs.
Costco. Oh
They're
man.
huge, man.
Well, and true story, when I took my vacation to Hawaii, there was, it's expensive to eat out in Hawaii, but there was a Costco there. So man, every now and again, go and get myself a slice of pizza or a $1.50 hot dog.
Miranda did have a slice of pizza, and I did have a hot dog. And it comes with a drink. So I didn't even want the drink. So I got, some sugar-free Coke. So that was good.
There you go. Game changer. All right. Moving around to Jared, last but not least, the yard sale artist, aka Death Probe. What's your crusade here in 10 words or less?
Shipwrecker.
That is less than 10. I don't know if that's one word or if that's two words or if
it's
that's
a cool name.
One in the script. We are super close. I'm going to go bust everybody else's busting. The whole point of this 10 words or less thing was to
busted.
shorten the front part of the show.
We want to hear about it.
Shipwrecker. The colorist just finished. The letter is over halfway done. So all that really remains is for Mark and I to do the cover. And then it'll be time to go to print. So, my son, the graphic designer, will put together the cover, all the trade dress and whatnot. And then we'll go to print. So it's going to happen this year.
Oh,
gotta have the trade dress. You have to. Like, the one thing that just pisses me off is bad trade. What's trade dress?
Okay, well, trade dress is like, if you look at this cover we're looking at right now, the title font, the Marvel Comics logo, the price box, all the stuff that's not art is trade dress. There you go.
And you got your son doing it. A little a little child labor. I like it.
That's right. He needs the money for college, and I figured it'd be a good experience for him to get a published comic out there. So it's win-win for everybody. I'm paying him.
Yeah. You should tell him to get a Costco so he can go get that $1.50 hot dogs on that college budget he got.
Man, I don't even know where the nearest Costco to me is. I think the nearest thing we've got is like Sam's Club over in Dothan. It's like, I don't know that we have a Costco.
Oh,
Montgomery,
man.
Maybe.
Well, I don't know if you've how much you've teased a shipwrecker, to the listening audience here, but I think it's safe to say that it looks great, the plot's great, and I can't wait to see the finished product.
I appreciate it. Should be happening soon.
All right. How soon?
He hasn't done it too much, Jason, because no one likes a ship tease.
I like it.
Just gonna leave it.
All right. Well, with that nonsense out of the way, we invite you to be part of the show by submitting your comments and memories, which will be featured on a future show. Well, try that again. Will be featured on a future show. Reach out to us on social media at Longbox Crusade, and you can always leave a voicemail at 707-532-5269. That's 707-532-LBOX.
Pick up the phone. Get a hot dog.
Get that free hot dog.
Get that hot dog.
That $1.50 hot dog.
Relish.
For just a little as more, for 150 cents more than subscribing to the Longbox Crusade.
So subscribe, but then if you have leftover $1.50.
Yeah.
You should have a leftover $1.50, right?
Yeah.
But if you have to choose,
if
you have to choose between a hot dog and us, we'd appreciate it if you give it. Although I would totally understand if you invest in that hot dog. That's a good investment.
I tell you what, it's for $3. You can buy one for you and one for all of us.
And that's two drinks too. And two drinks. All right. Well, we hope you come along with us. With a hot dog, without a hot dog, but come along with us on this crusade to read them all. Now, before we get started with this episode issue review, we'll take a quick podcast promo break and be right back.
Reach out to Costco, see if they want to sponsor the show.
I know, man. We should try. We've been sponsoring them like so far this whole thing. All right, here we go. Welcome back from the break. Today's adventure from the long box is Avengers number 379, cover dated. That's right, 1994. Am I looking at the wrong thing? Because I updated one and I'm seeing the Batgirl thing in my script. I
Yeah,
think
you're on 55 because you should be on 56.
Yeah, you're not
I
there.
started at 56. I think there's a double 56 in here. Hold on.
Do we need to send you
This
the
is
link?
how the hot dogs are made, people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started at 56 and looks like somebody else started at 56. After I started.
Pat always puts the framework out there, so you just don't ever start one. Just go into whatever frame Pat put out.
I put it.
Now we know.
I started on the one the frame on there, and that is not right. Something's not
You
right.
need me to send you the link?
Let me see if I can just do a search here. LBC episode 56, Pat Sampson. Here we
Hey,
go.
that's me.
Yeah, I see you
Yep.
just popped into the document.
Okay, got it. I got the right one up. All right, here we go.
Congrats, Jason.
Got it. All right. The credits for this issue are provided by Mike's Amazing World. Try that again. By Mike's Amazing World. Comic title is Avengers number 379. Publisher was Marvel. Cover date was October 1994. The on sale date was August 16th of 1994. Cover price was $1.50. The editor was Ralph Macchio. Sweep the leg. The writer was Bob Harris. Penciler was Stuart Johnson. Penciler was Thomas Grenberg. Inker was Tom Palmer. Other inker, Rich Rankin. Maybe that. The letterer was Janice Ching. Colorist was Carl Bollers. Another colorist was John Kalis. Another colorist, they must have had a collaboration of colorists on this one, was Scott Marshall. And a final colorist was Michael Martz. It was reprinted in Marvel Double Feature, The Avengers / Giant Man, number 379, 1994. The Avengers Live, Cree, or Die trade paperback from 2020. And the Avengers Epic Collection Taking Aim trade paperback 2022. Cover credits belong to the penciler, Stuart Johnson, and inker, Tom Palmer. And from here, I will pass it over to my brother Jared to talk a little bit about the cover.
Jason needs to oil that chair. All right.
I do. I need WD-40. I don't know why. It's like I'm really sound like I'm doing this from a retirement
Darkness
home or
falls
something.
across the land. Midnight hour is close enough. That's all right. It's the patented LBC squeaky door. It's been around for a while. It's at the beginning of every New Year's episode. Anyway, back to the show. Back to the cover description. Here we go. The 90s style Marvel Comics logo is yellow, and these are the days of no corner boxes. So the Avengers logo is red with yellow highlights with Earth's mightiest heroes across the top in white. The main action has Deathcry. Yeah, I don't know who she is either. Walking away as she seemingly sobs away her sadness. She's illuminated by a bright full moon in the background, and a cover blurb at the bottom reads, "When a hero falls."
Hit my unmute again. All right. All right. Thank you, Jared. I think that about sums it up nicely. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about this cover and see what Pat thought about it.
Well, I remember the first time I went to go see Deathcry in concert. And it was about on this time, 1994. And things were, this is the grungy age. And so they had that little metal to them and all that. And it was about this time. It was late at night. The moon was out just like this. It was the perfect scene to see. But speaking about the cover, though, I like it. I like that the moon and the colorist on here, how it kind of shines and gives you that kind of glow around it. I don't know who Deathcry is. But or when does a hero fall? All the time, usually in comic books, something happening to him. But kind of this person kind of reminds me like it's trying to be a Wolverine a little bit.
Yeah, I was thinking Tigra when I first saw it. I was like, oh,
okay.
maybe that's
That's
Tigra.
what I thought at first. I thought it was Tigra too.
That's what I hoped.
But yeah, it definitely has that Wolverine hair and the silhouettes, like, and it's doing that mystery thing, like, who is this person on the front? We'll reveal it in the story, and then they reveal it, and we're like, we still don't know
who is it. But, yeah. Anyway,
yeah,
I like it. I like the coloring that's being done, so it kind of makes that pop for me.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's pass it around and see what Delvin has to add.
I certainly like the mood that it conveys. It's a very nice cover. It's like the Avengers logo is that bright orange and yellow, and that just makes a stark contrast to the blue and like the big, moon. And then there you got, what everyone wishes was Tiger. Deathcry sitting there, and she's just like mourning. So like my thought immediately was that somebody in the book was going to die. I don't think that happened.
It was me.
I was waiting for Jared to say it.
It was my interest after page 2, but I mean that's not a hero. That's just simply here in my brain. So, but I like the cover. The cover was very well done. All
right, Jared, you did the description. Bring us home. What did you actually think about it?
Really quick before that, Serpy Matt Postle had a comment, just says the coloring and the shadows on this cover are super cool. Does feel like Tigra with a new costume. Just wanted to add that. Go ahead, Jared.
I was about to say the coloring and the shadows in this cover are super cool, and it feels like Tigra in a new costume.
Nice job, Jared.
Thank you.
Good. Very original.
I do like it. The moon effect in particular. And it creates great mood, which I think is how Delvin led this whole thing off. So yeah, it's a good cover. Not bad at all.
So yeah, I think some of the common themes I'm hearing is people like the coloring, the shading, and to be honest, when I looked and said, okay, our first live stream is going to be a Longbox Crusade, I'm like, surely I'm not hosting it, so I'm not going to worry about it. Then it turned out I was like, I am hosting it, so I got to worry about it. So I quickly just kind of dug through a stack of comics I had, and this cover jumped out at me. So that's why I picked it out. I was like, if nothing else, I think people are going to like the cover on this. Hope the story's good.
If nothing else, the cover looks good.
So I want to put a pin in this moment and say,
so let's get to the ads for this issue.
Positive.
I will once again refer to my favorite Teen Titans cartoon episode when Zan and Jan, the Wonder Twins, were applying to be on there. And she turned to the tiger, and Rob goes, "That tiger is awesome." And he's like, "I can do a bucket of water." That tiger is awesome. so let's just all focus on this tiger of a cover right here. It's awesome.
Yeah, cover's looking tight. But now we're gonna get into the synopsis. And I did read it. I swear I did read it. I didn't fully understand it. So the synopsis is really gonna be my best effort.
I feel like it's gonna be extremely helpful to me. I'm looking forward to the synopsis, man.
Boy, here we go. All right. Like I said, I'm doing my best. Okay. Did anybody know there was an Avenger called Deathcry? And I think we went around the horn, and none of us.
I did.
Okay.
Like if you would have said, like, did you remember Deathcry was an Avenger? I'd have been like, oh yeah. Like, but if you would have asked me before, like that question didn't exist, and you said, start naming off people who were once Avengers, I probably could have gotten through at least 50 and never mentioned Deathcry.
I mean, D-Man would have been up there,
right?
And strangely enough, if you'd asked me, who's Deathcry in the Marvel Universe? My first guess would have been probably from the Shi'ar, and I wouldn't have been far off.
No, I think she is from the Shi'ar, right?
I think she is, based off of the few pages I read.
Which is, because the Shi'ar kind of started with the X-Men. Well, I ended up being probably the most. Yes. So you would have thought I would have heard of Deathcry, but I hadn't.
Who's the? I know I'm throwing us off here. Who was the in recent, quote unquote, recent what we've been doing on the show? X-Men. There's been like a Death Bird.
Yes,
there's a Deathbird. Yeah,
Deathbird was the sister to Lalandra.
Lalandra's sister.
Oh, look at me! I got my smarts.
There you go. Yep. Yeah. Deathbird. I would have got. I knew who that was. I would expect Deathcry to be a Liefeld X-Force villain. That's,
or at least on that team, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Well,
at any rate, apparently there's an Avenger called Deathcry, and in this issue, she's allied herself with a fellow Shi'ar warrior called T-Kill, T-Kyle, T-Money, T-Pain. I don't know. T-Kill. We'll say T-Kill because it sounds cool and it's spelled with a Y, so it's T-Kill. T-Kill. License to kill.
Oh, geez, I just got that. To kill. Oh, geez.
To kill. Yes.
He's got a license to kill.
And the two of them, Deathcry and To Kill, are squaring off against a small Kree unit led by this guy, Galen Core, who is himself allying with a being called Mephistoid. And I'd never heard of Mephistoid. I don't know if it's the name of this particular guy or if it's a race of Mephistoids. I don't know. But apparently it's a whole new race. And the Kree are teaming up with him, and To Kill and Deathcry are teaming up. And Mephistoid has apparently captured the Vision in a stasis beam, and he's subdued Swordsman and Magdalene with some kind of, I don't know, it's like a mind-controlling pheromone power or something that he has, okay? So then Deathcry and To Kill manage to, fight their way in, and they bust the Vision loose, and this big fight kind of starts to break out. But then the fighting is interrupted when To Kill just kind of, surrenders to Mephistoid, and he goes into this long dialogue admitting that this damning secret that he seems to have, he's renowned as a legendary warrior amongst the Shi'ar, but, he tells the truth, and this battle he's famous for winning this impossible victory against Mephistoid people. The truth is that the battle was won through deception, betrayal, genocide, where Mephistoid's people were like actually helping them, and he murdered them to get the pimp juice powers or whatever they were that he was using. But at any rate, so that story comes out, and then in our story it concludes with T-Kill surrendering himself to Mephistoid, and giving Mephistoid basically the chance to either forgive him or kill him. Mephistoid's like, I'm going to go with option B, kills him. And then Deathcry, who's always worshipped To Kill, apparently, as the Shi'ar people have been led to believe, she's left questioning her beliefs in her empire and the so-called heroes she has worshipped. And that's kind of the best I got, fellas. I don't know if that shed any light on the issue you read, Jared.
I think that's what I read. It feels like it.
Okay, that's what I got out of it. But let's just jump into it. And Jared, just go ahead. What did you think of the story? Let's have it out.
All right. This was very M-Cron Crystal-ish for your boy, Jared. I told Delvin, I was chatting with Delvin about it a little bit last night. I was like, anytime they put apostrophes in a bunch of people's names, I'm already turned off. To Kill and Deathbird, and I don't know, maybe she didn't have one. But yeah, you mentioned back when you picked it, you said, yeah, this is going to be dense. I said, okay. You even said Jared's probably not going to like it. And you were right. It was very dense. The thing that bothered me the most about it, was there was some bad comic craft in there that didn't help it at all. Okay, it's
Say
already
more. Say more.
it's already confusing and dense, right? And the artist, and it may not, I don't know if the artist designed these characters, but the artists and the colorists, the designs of a lot of these characters are similar. Their colors are similar, which makes it even harder to decipher what's going on. You have to like really, really look and be like, okay, I think that's that guy from that panel, and that's that person from this panel. And then another just bad comic craft, which this is Marvel, so this shouldn't be happening. But there was a page where the letterer, who's using the text boxes as narration, as general narration, starts using the same text box in the same color. It's not general narration anymore. It's someone's inner thoughts for a specific character.
Yep.
And I was like, dang, this is just bad. Just change the color of the box. That would help the reader in an already thick and convoluted story. We need better character design, or differential character design. We need differential lettering, which is not something we talk a lot about on here. I mean, we have a section for the art, so we'll get to that. It was fine, by the way. But overall, the story, there's just a lot of bad comic craft. And I'm like, this is the Avengers. This is Marvel. Why? I think it helped explain it a little bit when you read the credits. Clearly, this was a make a date because there's a lot of crew involved on it. You know, that's usually a sign that they're trying to be on time, maybe rushed, hence the bad lettering, hence the coloring, character design. It just, it was rough. So honestly, I didn't finish it. I got about 75% of the way through, and I was like, I think I got the gist of it. I'm done reading apostrophe names. And I want to fully admit, though, if we have listeners out there that love this era of Avengers because you like this deep lore storytelling, I get it. All right. I'm not going to sit here and poop on the book more than I already have. But I get it if you like it, because there's people out there that have read all the Dune novels. I ain't doing that. Okay, that's not for me. But I get that there are people who like that deep, dense story stuff. It's just not. I'm just not one of those guys. I want Batman to go outsmart the Riddler, punch Killer Croc in the face, and touch Catwoman's boob.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. I like that too. I think for me, I admittedly was well off the Avengers train by this part of the run. And what was interesting to me is just kind of, as I picked it up, is like, I don't really know anything about this era. And as I read through it, it's like, obviously this did not stick around, right? We don't have anything as far as Deathcry that I know of going on in Avengers universe or the Marvel universe right now. Still don't know anything more about Mephistoids or whatever. But it is, I mean, I guess it is kind of interesting. To me, it's a very missing chapter in Avengers lore. And I guess that's about the nicest thing I can say about it. And I'll pass it over to Delvin, see what he has to add.
Okay. I looked up when Marvel went bankrupt. Marvel went bankrupt, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection on December 27th, 1996. This book came out in 1994. And I'm not directly blaming this book for the bankruptcy of Marvel. I'm kidding.
You are laying out a good case, though.
But I think Jared spoke to it, and Jared is a comic book creator. He has done the craft or whatever, and he said something that was very interesting. He said it was bad craft, and it was. And while I understand, we did an Avengers some time ago, back in the early 200s, and Avengers they had some rough periods, boy, because that Avengers
hit or miss.
Yeah, that Avengers that we read, like Iron Man, came across as such a creepy lech that it was just like, ugh. And they got past it, I'm assuming, and then if anything, in 1994, it's showing me how lightly treated the Avengers were. That it got to the point that the star of the book was somebody named Deathcry, and the most prominent Avenger that was in the book was the Vision.
With a close second by a swordsman.
Yeah, followed by the Swordsman. The Swordsman is an F-tier Avenger. No one gives a damn about the Swordsman. People have, like, even with the elevation of the Marvel Comics universe, I would put, there's even Scarlet Witch and the Vision. They had WandaVision. It's on TV. Vision is at best a C-list Avenger. Even after he was elevated to C-list, like, and those were the drivers of this Avengers book, and it's just like, whew. And this isn't. And the crazy thing is, I'm not trying to bag on it. I'm just simply saying that this is kind of telling you where Marvel Comics was at the time, because sure enough, like Spidey was embroiled, or soon to be embroiled, in the Clone Saga, and then the Amazing Spider-Man that followed after that was, quite frankly, just bad. And I am the biggest freaking Spider-Man fan that you're gonna find.
Isn't that the same writer? I think Bob Harris.
No, it was Howard Mackey.
My bad.
Yeah, Howard Mackey.
Harris was on one of those Spider books, though. But anyway, you're going.
I can tell you what. I don't think Harris has a big name as far as like, ooh, Bob Harris wrote that book. That was a fire book.
Welcome to the Anti-Harris podcast.
Yeah, and I'm so and to anyone listening, like I want to tell you, I love the Avengers, and sure enough, I picked up the Avengers starting with Brian Michael Bendis, and he started. I looked this up too in Avengers 500. So they had some. They peaked a little bit, because I even have like a Avengers Assemble frame on my wall in my office that was the Steve Epting years, and they had the bomber jackets, and like on this picture it was Cap, it was Thor that looks like he's in S&M gear, Scarlet Witch, and like Hercules. So they started saying, hey, we need to actually bring Avengers back to the Avengers. And nowadays, especially after the elevation of the movie, even though the first Avengers movie came out like 10, 12, 13, 14 years ago, like the Avengers comic book is still elevated to where like the things that they do in the Avengers now are events. And the people that come onto the book as teammates now are some like Omega level mutants like Storm. And like, then you have Black Panther, Thor, Sam Wilson, Cap. Like, you have heavy hitters in the book. And so if I haven't even talked really about the story, and there's a reason for that. But that's the reason, like, overall, that I look at this Avengers era, and it's interesting, like, having that look back in history like we are. Avengers was just very lightly regarded. And I just don't think that a story like this would ever make its place in the book of the Avengers today.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point, Delvin. I always thought that the strength of the Avengers as a title was that you could lay a foundation with like the big three, right? Cap, Iron Man, Thor. And then you could kind of have them be the nucleus, and then bring in other B-level type heroes. And then you could always have like that one or two, like, remember when like Firestar was part of it, and even like Triathlon or some Dr. Druid, or bring some folks in there and give them a little breathing room, but you got that safety net of having the big three. This one, it's like, I don't know why they decided to go with a bunch of no names to the point where the Vision is your central character in the Avengers title. But I was
excited when I saw him. I was like, oh, I know that one.
I don't. Me too. Yeah, I was like, oh, thank God the Vision's here. But and I mean, there were a couple others that they weren't even really germane to the story, because they popped in. They were on a Quinjet flying over to join, and by the time they got there, the whole story was over. So it wasn't even really worth bringing them into the synopsis.
Quick trivia question: is Swordsman his own character, or is he an iteration of Black Knight? Because he has a lot of Black Knightish qualities. I was just wondering.
No, Swordsman's his own character. Swordsman kind of started as a villain, and
I feel like maybe a Cap villain.
Did Swordsman train Hawkeye?
Yeah,
Swordsman.
Swordsman and Hawkeye
color.
grew up together. So there's a big tie-in between Hawkeye and Swordsman, and they play on that in the Disney version of Hawkeye. The Swordsman is a character on the Disney version.
He's kind of cool, but like him and Black Knight is just like what you're talking about, Jason or Dr. Drew. You know, that tertiary, that
right
on the edge character. Okay, just wondering.
Yep. All right. Well, Pat, we haven't heard from you. Let's round us out. I mean, it sounds like we're all a little lukewarm on the story synopsis. What do you have, Dad?
Yeah, reading through the story, I was like, "Oh, okay, Avengers. Let's see where things are going." It has been a while since I've read something, and this is the 1994, so I'm expecting some, extreme kind of stuff to happening. And I was at a loss on this one. This is the one where it's like, "Hey, where do I start with Avengers?" Don't give them this one.
No, definitely not.
Or do would just be like, it gets better. This is the ground. This is the bottom.
But I mean that in a good way, because obviously there's some storytelling that has been going on for a while in this book that I don't really know about, and they do some nice box. This was in issue 366 and this and that, telling you to go back and read some more of what was happening. So it's definitely a long, drawn out story that I think if I got more if I got on board in the ground part of it, or at the beginning of that, I think I would understand it a little bit more. Kind of like I now understand when we went through the X-Men and the MCon crystal and all that. I get that stuff now because I was there reading it as it was developing. But with this one, it's just thrown in. And then, as Jarrett said too, the characters, they're all wearing the same yellowy outfits, and that I get that, that's their empire. So everybody, hey, we got a dress code. We all got to dress the same, just to keep it easy and keep the money down. Here's what we're going to wear. But it makes it confusing.
See, Pat, now what you're experiencing, and I just noticed your apostrophes as well.
I can't do it, but
this is what I was experiencing, just sort of onesie twosie in Jason's X-Men comics as a kid. This is why I have an anti-X-Men bias, because I'd pick one up, I'd be knee deep with the Shi'ar Empire, I'd have Shi'ar all over me.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, I got nothing.
Covered in Shi'ar.
I got nothing. So that's how I felt as a kid, and that's why I always kind of had a little. I always still do. You guys, listeners, I get a little anti-X-Men bias, but when it cooks, it cooks. I've been honest about that. But same thing with Avengers. I remember reading Jason's Avengers from 86, 87, 88. We're talking Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, Black Knight, Dr. Drew, at that era. Fantastic comics.
And I get what Delvin was saying too, is for, I don't know how many issues there are right now of Avengers, but if it was in the, the 500s, man, that's, 100 and some 50 away from this one.
Yeah.
There's ebbs and waves in this one,
Yeah. I think Avengers now are they're closing in on 800. I think.
Wow.
It's been around for a minute, and I apologize for cutting you off, Pat. I didn't close out my thought about the Bendis thing. And that thought was, I could completely understand why Brian Michael Bendis could come in and just blow everything up. Because by that time, the Avengers had become so bereft of ideas, they turned Janet Van Dyne, the Wasp, into this moth butterfly creature. They reverted Tony Stark back to a teenager. They had just... they were just they put Thor. They put Thor in this gear that looked like he was like a Chippendale or something. Just what are y'all doing? And you could tell what they were doing. They're just like, man.
Oh,
Yeah, we got no idea.
We're throwing it on the walls.
Yeah, we are
Just throwing some Shia around and seeing
yeah,
what's
we're throwing some Shiar on the wall and seeing if it sticks. And that's what was going on until Bendis finally came in and was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this direction and meaning again. And like, thankfully he succeeded. And obviously the MCU absolutely just blew the Avengers up as like the A-list team that they probably always should have been. But this was just a part of the history. Sorry to interrupt, Pat.
Yeah. No. Thanks for saying that extra stuff. I went into thinking, where are the Avengers? And so we get a page, and then the last page of just them, Black Widow standing there. So I thought I was really cool. Like, oh, we're gonna see Thunderstrike. I'm like, oh, hey, I know that guy from Delvin. Brought him from a Crusade miss, and Black Widow, and then you had Hercules was in here too. I'm like, oh, cool. These all look pretty good. And I don't know, is this the bomber? Jim asked that. They got jackets on in this. So I'm like, this is pretty cool.
I don't know. I think
the end. I
think it's just before. How about I look it up? Keep going.
Yeah. Look it up, because I'm like, those jackets.
Rogue started that trend, didn't she? Wasn't it Rogue that started
the
bomber jacket trend?
I think it looks cool though. But other than that, story wise, I wish I knew a little bit more what was happening.
Yeah. And my apologies, fellas. I picked this out blind, and I think I landed us in the end of an arc that
that's okay. That's the beauty of this show.
Yeah, wasn't a lot of context clues to lead us up to here. And I guess that's the only thing that I'll add is, there was a period of time when comics kind of went out of their way to make sure if you were jumping on a book, and this was the first book you picked up, you had some context. Apparently by Avengers 379, they had given up on that effort because we had
we're just a couple years away from them starting to do summaries on the inside cover, sometimes a gatefold cover, like 96, 97, they started doing that. That's probably why they probably just got so deep. There's probably readers complaining like this, like I can't jump on, that probably affected that. But I don't feel bad about the cover though, Jason, because that cover is awesome.
That cover is awesome.
Couple things real quick, Jason. Before we move on, the cover was awesome. I do like the cover. I personally definitely have to read this. It says a little bit of Avengers history straight from the dark web. It says when Night Thrasher was recruited by Captain America into the Avengers Emergency Response Squad, he provided the team with new Avengers branded jackets made from his own tech. Wait, no, is that current history, or I think that's current. Yeah, never mind. That was from later Avengers. Ignore that. Might want to put this in the show though. Says the Avengers jackets were inspired by the leather bomber jackets worn by several members of the Avengers during Bob Harris's run of the Avengers, specifically in Avengers 346 through 395. The jackets are visually reminiscent of the time suits or quantum suits used by the Avengers during their time heist. I'm not going to look that up. And then I think what this book was talking about, or it was kind of like a little bit of fallout from Operation Galactic Storm. And that came out in 92. And that was like a big, huge crossover event that involved the Avengers and the West Coast Avengers. Back to you, Jason.
Thanks. Personal note on Operational Galactic Storm. I bought the complete run on that. Haven't read it yet, but I got that from a buddy of Jared's that he works with there, and negotiated heavily on getting that collection. So
this ain't no bargain basement deal.
I said, I'm trying to make a bargain, and I'm literally in your basement. So
this is the actual conversation.
It actually is a bargain basement.
We were in a basement making a bargain, and he said, this ain't no bargain basement deal.
So anyway, stories for another time. Let's roll into the art. Maybe we'll pick it up here a little bit, because I think folks seem to be a little bit more in favor of the art than the story. But we'll let Jared lead off and tell us what he thinks
About the art?
about the art. Yes, sir.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Definitely. One of the highlights of the book, we've already said the cover looks good. The interior is not far off. I mean, I complain about design and color, but when it comes to pencils and inks moving around on the page, it's perfectly fine. There's a lot going on. They managed to cram a lot into panels. There's a lot of visual information, and I don't ever feel like it gets too bogged down, with the exception of characters looking too similar. But yeah, I think the art team overall, especially with so many people working on it, put together a competent, if not good, product.
Yeah, I'll agree. It looks like it was an ensemble team at that, especially when it came to inkers and colorists. It looked like they were just like grabbing anybody that was available. But overall, it looked like it came out all right. What did you think, Delvin?
Overall art was good. If anything, like I was looking for Steve Epting, who is just a consummate professional. Had it been Steve Epting, I would go, ooh. But it was, I thought it was good. Like nothing necessarily to write home about, but I did not think it was bad. And you're right, for as many hands were involved in the artistic direction of the book, the overall look of the book seemed consistent and turned out well.
All right. Pat, seems like the other two are liking on the art a little bit more. What are your thoughts? Agree, disagree?
I'm going to agree with them as well. I think this brought back that 90s feel that I kind of like. It was nice for the late 80s for that kind of art, as we saw those artists up and coming in Marvels, and then you get that, that image age of stuff going on here. I like it. I think it just brings a freshness and an excitement to the books that you haven't seen in a while. Other than that, though, trying to figure out who was still a little bit hard. Then again, that could just be the characters that they had to do. But overall, pretty good. I like the layouts that were done too. The messing around of certain things and how it's done. It was interesting.
Yeah, you could definitely tell this was a 90s book. I mean, if you just opened it to a page, you'd say, yep, that's 90s.
That's 90s, yeah. And I like it. To me, that's comforting, because that was the heyday of my going to the store, to the comic book shop and all that. So
yeah, definitely don't hate on it by any stretch of the imagination. And it's serviceable art. I think, if I had to just choose a word that jumps out to me, it's like dark. Like every panel is very, very dark. They're kind of fighting at nighttime. The interiors are dark. The costumes are dark. But it does seem to work. And there's one panel in particular where the Kree soldiers are descending from their mothership. And I really like the rakish angle of that, where you can kind of see them coming down in the stasis beam. I thought that was really cool. All right. Well, continuing on the theme of art, I'm going to pass it over to Jared to do what he does best and see what pieces of art we will select from this book.
That's right. It's time to pick our favorite page of interior art. So I wonder if Jason's going to take that rakish angle. We'll find out in just a minute. If you were walking a convention floor and someone said, hey, I have all the original pages of art from Avengers 379, you can have one. Which one are you going to take? We'll start with Delvin.
No thanks.
Yeah.
I'm good, bro. Thank you. God bless. Eric Porter, who came in. We had a few people come in. Eric Porter, Tony Pennington, Magazines and Monsters. Hello to you all. Eric Porter might be by himself by saying, I like Deathcry. I wish he was used more. I mean, see, there's a fan for everything. And he adds a little bit of current history. He says, last time I know of, she is now Lifecry and has cosmic awareness under Epoch. and just released a single called "Hit 'Em Up" too.
I don't know if that's a joke or if that's serious, and that tells you all you need to know about this guy.
The last part of it was a joke, but Eric Porter's comment, I'm sure, was not. Because I know very, very little about the cosmic stuff, and I think it may have been Matt Posso that was kind of saying, yeah, like the cosmic stuff always kind of made me tune out a little bit, and I'm actually right on the same boat with Matt. Like, for whatever reason, even as a kid, I would go and read, in the grocery store, every comic there, but the cosmic stuff was like, eh. And I remember Operation Galactic Storm coming out, and I was like, eh. Anyway, pages. Cover. I want that cover. The cover is nice. And so I'm going to take the cover.
No cover. You got to take a page.
What?
Yep.
Damn it. We took mine.
then let me
I'm
look.
gonna take the cover too.
I'll take the cover.
You know what? We'll take the cover then.
All right.
Yay. I take the cover.
I took the time, ladies and gentlemen, to bring in and share my screen so I could scroll to whatever page people picked for everybody to be like, I want the cover. And I mean,
I'll pick one, Jared, for you.
All right, hang on. Let me rearrange the screen then. Let me bring the.
Okay. I do like the cover, but since Delvin took it, I'll do an alternative, my alternative one.
Okay.
And it is going to be the part where the Avengers are in the Quinjet.
In the Quinjet, I think that's up from here.
Yeah.
There
it is. I'll take that.
In
just
their
because I
snazzy
think
jackets.
Yeah. And this just got that 90s feel and that 90s tech feel.
Yeah. I almost picked that one, Pat. Honestly, playing by the rules, I was gonna pick this one, which ironically enough is the one that has the bad craft of these up here, these blurbs up here are like her inner thoughts.
Yeah, and then it
or
goes
visions
to
in someone's inner thoughts, and it's in the same color and font as the other stuff. But I like this one because I was like, oh, Vision's trapped, Swordsman looks cool, and then you've got Tila, I think, from the second version of Masters of the Universe.
Tila.
No, but also I was like kudos to the artist too, because again, they're putting together a fast product, but look at the detail. They like did a framed picture of a raven in the background. Like, that was pretty good. Anyway, that was mine. Jason, do you want me to scroll to anything for you?
No, you can hold it on I picked the same one you did, actually, because it's Vision. I knew Vision. I thought it was really cool him being in the stasis ray. I like the pose of Swordsman there. Yeah. And I agreed with you. I thought, man, the detail on this looks really good. So if I had a wall of Avengers and I had to pick a page that kind of reflects the Avengers from this book, this would be the one.
Matt got my joke in the chat. It does look like the live action Tila. Thank you, Matt. All right. Anybody else want to look at anything before I pull this off the screen? Hopefully none of my smut tabs are across the top.
They're too small. I already have them.
Go ahead and pull that.
There we go. Good job. Let's keep this PG-13, fellas. All right. Memories. Like the corners of my mind. All right, let's talk about memories. Any memories that this brings back for you, Delvin?
I can't think of any immediately from October 1994, but I know that was senior year. How about this? Junior year of high school, West End High School, almost won state in football. It was a really, really big deal. And I'm going to forget who he lost to. I want to say maybe it was Jefferson Davis out of Montgomery. But we were disappointed. We lost. But like next year, we were supposed to come back with a vengeance, and go for another run for a state title. And
you were going to avenge your title losses.
We were going to avenge because, we had a team that had, a Captain America on it, and a Thor and an Iron Man and everything. And this goes to show you how little information traveled back then, because we were ranked as a top 10 school coming into that new season. And for whatever reason, they had us top 10, but from the very first game, the very first play, we had our quarterback, and I remember his name, and if he hears this show, forgive me, but Robert Hill drops back to pass, and he throws a duck to a receiver. And it was like, what in the hell? We were terrible. We were so awful. That whole year was just like the most inept football you would ever see ever. So, like, we did not have a good senior year in football, I'm afraid. But, you know, it was still good memories, at least good enough for me to think about it and say to this day.
So you thought your team was going to be like Kree Skrull War Avengers, and it turned out to be When a Hero Falls.
You see, it's telling the aftermath of Operation Galactic. So I don't care. Go away.
Oh, Pat, you kind of teased that this triggered some nostalgia love for you from the time you were collecting comics. Any particular memories from 1994?
Yeah, 1994 for me. I am living in an apartment with two other buddies, working and just loving life, I guess, as a young man out of high school, and just, you know, finding my way in the world. I'm 21 at this time, so we're out there having fun, making the money, and then spending it at night. But it's also, I'm spending it too on, you know, getting into the comic shop and buying comics at this time. It was probably the big heyday of when I'm going through and buying things. So it's also pretty close to where, since I was going out, starting to do a little more actually DJing in the bars now that I become, you know, legal to be in there. So that starts that spark of my career for a while in doing that. So.
Man, remembering those days of freedom and
Yeah.
My
own guy. And I was, you know, that's when I could have used $1.50 hot dog and a Coke, because, you know, I had the rent to pay, I got the gas.
I think we were at opposite ends of the spectrum. I'm going to jump ahead of Jared here real quick and just say, like, for me, 1994 is when I was expecting, Mary and I were expecting our first kid, Grant. And so comic book collection was done. You know, it's like you're starting to get that transition to, I'm going to be a dad. So I got to grow up. And so all my fun and freedom was coming to an end, just as yours was taken off.
Was taken off, yeah. And then, yep.
But at any rate,
Jason, what happened to that growing up thing?
Well, the kids are grown now, so I'm back to where I was, baby. I regret that, baby. I'm back, baby. All right, Jared, where were you in 1994? Any nostalgia there?
Well, I did a little internet search while y'all were jibber jabbering there to see what DC was doing in 1994, and this was the 0 Hour was happening, and much more memorable.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just pulled I typed in Batman October 1994 to see what Batman comics were spending, and yeah, it was, they actually released Batman number 0. Has kind of a cool cover.
Oh yeah,
in October of 94. So that's what was going on in DC. Much like Delvin, I was starting my senior year of high school. And Delvin, our beloved Auburn Tigers did really well in 1994. They went undefeated in 1993, 11-0, and went 9-1-1 in 94. Yep. We had a 20-game winning streak, which is now. I think we're sitting on a.
Oh wait, you can
0-game winning.
You can win. You can win games.
Yeah, that's a whole other podcast. Football. But yeah, those are some glory days for us. That's what was going on in 94. Was I think Batman was really the only book I was paying attention to as a senior in high school, to be honest with you.
Man, okay. What do we got here? Tony said he was 19 working at Winn-Dixie. Good chicken at Winn-Dixie. I'll
read them because there were several actually.
Oh, Jason. Okay, go for it.
I'll start with, like, everyone decided to, like, we didn't even ask them to volunteer that information.
They're professionals.
Our listening audience, our participating audience is so awesome that they just gave stories anyway. Keep that ish up. We love it. I was Tony Pennington. I was 19 working at Winn-Dixie as an overnight stocker. Met a lot of cops and strippers as they were the only ones grocery shopping in the early morning hours.
I think we should point out stalker, Stocker, not stalker, which is how we met the cops.
And the strippers.
I mean, we know Tony kind of well. Like, maybe he's just a bad speller. I can just now see him coming in with like a trench coat.
You stalk enough strippers, then you meet the cops. That's how it all comes together.
Okay. Matt Paso says 94 was starting my junior year in high school. By the way, J. David Weeder came in. Welcome. And he said he didn't consider himself a big Bob Harris fan, but his run from 334 to 375 was peak 90s Avengers. Jim the Joe Junkie says 1994, graduated high school and married 1 month later. Did not waste any time. I thought Jared got, started early when he got married senior year of college. Goodness. Sir B Matt also says 94 for me also makes me remember Woodstock 94 and immediately falling in love with 9 Inch Nails. That is a music group, Jason and Jared.
I know who 9 Inch Nails
And
is.
like a whole
joke, but you beat me.
And that's all the comments that we had, Jason.
All right. Wow, that's a lot of good comments. Thanks everybody for participating. It's always fun to look back and see where we were in this particular time. But that'll bring us to the end of this part of the show. Do you have a comment or a question? You can send us an email at contact@longboxcrusade.com, or you can make a social media comment, and we're on all the social medias. It's all at Longbox Crusade, and we will be right back.
Cover the legendary Q106.5 in your car, on your smart speaker, on your phone. Browse to Q1065.com. 80s, 90s. This is a radio station with a vibe. Download our app or listen online. Search at Q1065 Radio on social media. The Q is your favorite radio station. Discover Q106.5 and hear the 80s and 90s hits on the radio station with personality. Q106.5.
So Q106.5 story. I'm driving back from Dollar General this morning, and Don't Disturb This Groove comes on. Right? And I'm like, oh, this is a good jam right here, right? Hang a sign up on the door. Right? And just as he's getting to that first chorus of Don't Disturb This Groove, Johanna calls my phone, which is hooked to the CarPlay. And I was like,
the groove.
The groove.
Disturbed.
Disturbed. I thought that was pretty meta. Back to you, Jason, your host.
Yeah, there's a message in there somewhere. I don't know what it is.
Don't get married 1 year after you graduate or something. I don't know.
Oh, man. All right. Well, welcome back from the break. Let's continue with the show. And now it's time to scan through this featured issue of Avengers Volume 1, number 379, cover dated October 1994, for the top ads that stood out to us in a segment called Add It Up. All right. So you all have the ads. I'm sure Jared will flash them through here at some point in time. But let's go ahead. Jared, I'm going to let you lead it off. I'm going to give you the first. And I'm going to, before you choose, I'm going to say, this is one of those times, I don't care. I'll go last. There will be something in here that I want. So
target-rich environment.
This is a target-rich environment. And Jared?
I am 100% going to go with Mortal Kombat 2 on the back cover. You guys know I did a nostalgia talk, or maybe you don't. I did a nostalgia talk on Mortal Kombat and sort of its nostalgia and what it means to me, and maybe a lot of other gamers from this era, from 1990. I think 2 was when the original came out. 94. The ad is specifically for them coming, I think, to the home consoles. Yeah, it is. It's the home console ports. I sure as heck got this. This was like the reason I got a Sega Genesis. I actually, as I talk about my nostalgia talk, I actually traded my NES and the games for the Genesis. I think I traded it to Ezra Gallo, a Crusaders Club member. And I went and I bought this Mortal Kombat 2 at the PX on Fort Rucker and I played it to death. And then my buddy Jose got it on his 32X. And
Jared,
yeah.
did you finish it?
No, never did. But actually, yeah, I beat it many, many times. So yeah, me and Jose, my buddy Randy, and Ezra. Yeah, this was Mortal Kombat 2 was life. Go check out my Nostalgia Talk on YouTube if you want to search Longbox Crusade Nostalgia Talk Mortal Kombat. You will find it. Who's next?
Oh, I'm just gonna say Mortal Kombat 3 was the one that got me. I bought a Genesis for Mortal Kombat 3 when that.
Oh, I think that was the last Mortal Kombat game released on the Genesis.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
But yeah, it was a good one.
Man, Mortal Kombat was a gateway drug for lots of people in that Genesis right there. Delvin, your pick, sir. What are you picking?
By the way, Matt Passo agrees with you, Jared. Says MK2 was so great, many quarters spent in arcades. The one that I spent more quarters in arcade playing Street Fighter. After Street Fighter 2, then like they lost, the ability to count. It was like Street Fighter 2 Deluxe Turbo Alpha Milkshake Go, so I had all that stuff. But and whatever one that I would play all the time is the one where Chun-Li had like the ability to throw a Hadouken. Like that's the one I used to play all the time.
Hadouken.
But Chun-Li, even at her best, could never beat Ryu or Ken.
Did they have that too, where then it's like they morphed it with Marvel characters as well?
Mm-hmm. Marvel
with
versus
the Capcom
Capcom
side, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, they did a couple of those fusions, and Marvel versus Capcom was so fun. Oh my goodness! I think maybe was that game in the Aladdin's Castle at Auburn when I worked there for like 3 months.
I think it was, and it was one of the few games I had on my PlayStation, and we played it on my PlayStation.
Nice. The ad that I'm going to pick is and more for the comedy of it, because I'm not a card collector, but I'll give you $10,000 to go face to face with Jordan. That's the one that I'm picking. And I'm seeing some cool merch there. One is like an Orlando Magic jacket, and man, Orlando Magic was an expansion team at the time. They were only a couple of years old. But I can tell you this much, a little bit of basketball trivia. That first year they started, had a bunch of also ran players, blah, blah, blah. And then around 92 or so, they got #1 pick in the draft because they were the worst team. And they wound up getting a center that you may have heard of called Shaquille O'Neal. And Shaquille O'Neal instantly propelled them from being a 2021 game winning season that went 21-61. They went 41-41 the first year he was there as a rookie. He was that much of a force of nature. 20 game turnaround. Then they wound up looking up and getting #1 draft pick again and picked up Anthony Hardaway, like a dynamic point guard. And then they became like a playoff team at that point. I think they made it all the way to the NBA Finals to wound up losing to the Houston Rockets, I believe. I have a lot of ramble energy today. I apologize. $10,000.
Tony, you just gotta wait. We'll get to Penny. We'll get to Penny.
You can't forget Penny. They had he had the shoe. He had the little Penny with Chris Rock voicing Little Penny. Come on, forget Penny. Anyway, the reason why I thought it was just funny is somebody got that 10K and they actually face off with Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan destroyed them. Michael Jordan is not going to take anything lightly. I can imagine some kid wins it, is I scored a point against Michael Jordan, and then Michael Jordan's face just goes. and he's sitting back and he's like,
count it.
I took it personally.
That's right. I took it personally.
And he
I wouldn't care though. I mean, would any of you care? If they're face
I'd love to lose to Jordan.
I mean, yes. Just take pictures.
That'd be my story. And then he put his nuts in my face after he dunked on me, and I was like,
Did you get it? Did you get his nuts in my face? I'd have that framed up on my face.
Take a picture before the condensation wears off.
Oh man. Yeah, the thing I remember most, being this was kind of like back when I was an actual basketball fan and watched it. And I was a Pacers fan. And the question every year was, how far can we get before Jordan destroys us? That's I was like, is this the year we can win the championship? No, we're not going to win the championship. How far can we get before Jordan destroys us? Anyway, who we got left? Pat, I think you've got to pick an ad.
Yeah. That jacket reminds me, not the Magic was out too, but then the Hornets were coming out as well too. And man, if everybody wasn't wearing the Hornet stuff as well too. So I was a sucker for it. I'm like, oh, cool, new team I can support and be cool, and wearing that flag gear around.
It's that turquoise and purple, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh man, it was cool.
That Taco Bell
colors.
Yeah.
I had that starter jacket back in
Get
the
that, get the hat.
How were you not a
All
Bucks
that.
fan? You got to be a Bucks fan,
Man,
right? Oh man, okay.
I'm trying to be opposite. You're trying to be the cool kid. You see, I'm watching all that and just it's fun time, just hanging out. Anyway, I'm gonna pick the Barks ad, Barks soda, root beer soda.
I'm glad you did because I had questions.
I like Barks root beer. Back in the day, there was you had your A&W. You got your Barks. You had what other one came out? When did the dog mug root beer? When did that one come out? I'm not sure.
I don't know when it came out, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I back in the day when I could drink sugar and just guzzle it down like it was nothing, a Barks root beer was pretty good, and it had a bark, it had a bite to it as well. So
yeah, Barks also killed me slowly. I was a big fan of Barks. I was looking at this ad. Do you know what it was that they were advertising? What was the Bark tune or what? Yeah, I was just curious.
I don't know.
Like, what are they talking about in this ad?
It's one of those Mad Magazine style where you fold it and it makes like a bud or something like that.
If you fold it, it actually gives the
Who
message.
folds their comic books? I don't do that.
Well, you would back then, because no one really knew that comic books were worth value and they're on printing, and so you might do it. And yeah, Jared's right. I would I think my cousin Tim would occasionally pick up Mad Magazine, and you would always the back cover, you would fold it and have that message with the art and all that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I get that, but I'm like, I guess I didn't even know that you're supposed to do that. So
I didn't either. I'm glad somebody explained it to me. I guess I'm too dumb for Mad Magazine. Oh, all right. Well, I guess that just leaves me, and I think no one's going to be surprised when I pick that X-Men ad, that chill out with the X-Men. Man, the 90s, as we said, Marvel was struggling a little bit. They were on the struggle bus heading for bankruptcy. But the X-Men, good God, they were ruling Saturday morning cartoons. They were about to come. They were just a few years from coming out with their first movie. And the comics, oh man, the comics were fire. Chris Claremont was hitting strides. You had Jim Lee was taking off, and it was everywhere. I remember Pizza Hut had deals where you could get free comic books and things like that. So I just love that time of the X-Men there, that 90s vibe, and this is the ad that spoke to me. All right. Okay. So with the next segment, we're going to go way back in time, and we're going to go back in time to October 1994, and we had some stuff happen. And I'll let folks go around the horn and pick out some major news that happened in October of 1994. And we'll go with, I don't think I've started with Delvin yet. Delvin, go ahead and kick us off.
You've started with me at least 3 times. That said, aren't you supposed to say the date and year just so Pat can have it as a?
I thought I just said October 1994.
Okay, say it less angry though.
I'll say it again. We're going back in time to October, not September, not November, October of 1994.
That also gives me an opportunity to say, so take me away. I don't mind, but you gotta promise me I'll be back in time.
Pat, I'm starting to understand your backlog on the edits on these.
Yes. Thank you.
I feel as if there was something that I may have done. Let's just go with the first one. October 2nd, legendary Miami head coach, the Miami Dolphins, by the way, Don Shula defeats Cincinnati head coach and his son David in the first ever NFL meeting between father and son as the Dolphins beat the Bengals 23-7.
Nice.
So, Jared, when is Jordan writing a comic book? It's like, yeah, screw you, Dad.
I don't know. I'm not worried about it.
Becomes a bestseller. I think we'd all be proud.
Yeah.
All right, Jared, why don't you pick it up and go ahead and grab one?
All right, man. The entire world is going to change on October 28th of 1994. Christmas will never, ever, ever be the same again. Because Mariah Carey releases her Christmas album on October 28th of 1994 with the hit single, All I Want for Christmas Is You. And what's funny about that to me is it's an internet meme every year. They talk about she's defrosting, right around Thanksgiving time, or usually like right after Halloween, people start saying they're defrosting Mariah Carey, right? And what strikes me about that every year is the young people who are like, oh yeah, that song's going to be on the radio again. We knew a world before that song ever. Like, I still consider it a modern Christmas song.
Yeah, me too.
You got your 50s and 60s classics, Nat Cole, Gene Autry, Brenda Lee, and then you've got the new ones, which is Mariah Carey for me. But man, we're getting old.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I saw that Kathleen, the MVP, said ew, and I hope that wasn't to Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas. Mariah Carey is a saint, Kathleen. I will, you know what? I don't have sleeves. I will fight. I will fight over Mariah Carey. I love her, and nothing can separate us.
Look what you started, Kathy.
Jared knows. Like I'm not making that up. I was an absolute.
No.
I adore Mariah Carey.
Remember one year for like Christmas gift exchange, I found all those CDs at Goodwill, and I individually wrapped each one and sent them to Delvin, like all of her CDs. She's nuts.
Yeah, Delvin, you need a T-shirt of just her in that Christmas outfit. Just
we have like a rebellion against All I Want for Christmas Is You in the chat, by the way.
That awkward silence is us reflecting back on that Christmas album. Anyway, Pat, before we get any further off the rails, why don't you go ahead and pick an event that occurred in October of 1994? All
right. Yeah. Jared took the one I wanted, but I'll find another one here, and I'll go with October 12th. DreamWorks SKG Film Studios is founded by the director and producer Steven Spielberg, former Disney executive Jeffrey Katzenberg, and music executive David Giffen. So 3 powerful people combining their efforts together to perform DreamWorks Studios. And I remember things started to come out eventually out from that studio. It weren't too bad. Yeah.
The studio that gave us like Shrek.
Yep.
Big hit for DreamWorks.
Yep.
Yeah. Plenty of other things. This is the one that bumped on the top of my brain.
Was Incredibles one too? Or
that's
Incredibles was Disney
Pixar.
Yeah, Pixar. Okay. That's Pixar, but yeah, it's in that area.
All right. Well, I'm going to go into outer space, and I'm going to pick October 11th, where the Space Shuttle Endeavour 7 successfully landed, and just harken back to a day of space exploration when we were exploring the stars, and hope we can get back there sometime. All right. But that's the news. Now let's go into entertainment. And let's go to the top 3 movies for October of 1994. And we'll give Pat the number 3 movie. We'll start with Pat.
Okay. Coming in at number 3, we have the movie Only You. It's came in October for $20 million around that time frame. It was a romantic comedy. If I remember right, I believe Only You may have starred Robert Downey Jr. And
Jared's nodding.
Or is it Marissa
I don't know the
for
movie.
sure?
I am almost positive you're correct. I saw it in the
yeah.
theater. I think it's Robert Downey and Marissa
Tomei. So, wow. It's Tony Stark really got together with Aunt May, didn't he?
He did. And yeah, that's the one.
Forget about that.
It's a pretty good little movie too.
Yeah, I think so too.
Not bad.
I think I've probably seen it in the theaters, but yeah, not a bad movie.
All right. Jared, lay out what was number 2.
I love number 2 almost as much as I love number 1, but we'll save that one for Delvin. Number 2 made $170 million as an action film called The Specialist, which has Sylvester Stallone, Antonio Banderas, and Sharon Stone.
Yep.
James Woods, was he in that one too?
I think he might have been. I haven't seen that one in a minute, but it was really good.
It was outstanding. I need to watch. Yeah, I need a refresh on it. We need to get 1994 an action film Face Off, because that was it's just dumb. Oh, it's dumb over the top 90s action in all the most wonderful ways. Yes, it did have James Woods and Rod Steiger and Eric Roberts. Good film. Good film.
All right, Delvin, you get number 1.
Thank you very much, Jason. Number 1 movie making over $196 million is an adventure movie called Stargate.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that in theater for sure.
Me too. Me too.
Got that
All
on
right.
laser disc.
We're gonna go Serpentine, like it's draft day for our Major League Baseball fantasy teams, and we're gonna go. We'll let Delvin start out with number 3 for the top 3 songs according to Billboard in October of 1994. Delvin, what was number 3?
Coming in at number 3 is a song by Eni Kamoze called "Here Comes the Hot Stepper." I was gonna say if I didn't get some help on that.
You know, John, Pat did not even drop a word them up. Pat,
I'm busy. I'm doing the na.
I appreciate you doing the na though. Yeah,
still love me like that. Word. Yeah, absolutely fun. No,
This is where I stare awkwardly into the camera.
What? Tony Pennington singing along. He says that he knows what Bo don't know. Absolutely. Surfing Matt says, is he a lyrical gangster? Absolutely.
Absolutely. Word him up. Pick him up and go, ching.
All right, Jared, keep that silky smooth voice going and bring us into number 2.
I know the song. It's very much a girl song. if I can say that out loud in public recording, it's "Stay I Missed You" by Lisa Loeb and 9 Stories.
Kathy, help us out.
I know how it goes. I
Lyrics.
refuse to sing it.
You only see you when I want to.
That song is a banger. I will not apologize for that.
But Lisa Loeb would go on to voice Mary Jane in the MTV Spider-Man cartoon.
Oh,
different Mary Jane.
I meant to tell you this before we clicked record. Now it's going to be on the recording of the live. Within the last week, I watched a movie, and I can't remember what it is. I have to go back and see what it was. There was a character in the movie whose name was Mary Jane, and there were so many lines I could have clipped out of that movie that with Mary Jane quotes in it. I was like, oh, I might have to do that. Just start randomly dropping them into shows. It's appropriate of nothing. But yeah, the kids loved the Lisa Loeb back in the 90s. It was sort of a teen angst drama song.
Yeah. It was off of the Reality Bites soundtrack.
And this woman was singing my song. I mean, I don't know it. I watched Rambo the other day.
It was awesome. Rainbow killed a bunch of people. I got the bummer song, but somebody else has got a good one for number one.
Yeah.
All right. That's Pat. You get the number one song.
Well, coming in at the number one song is a song that you probably put late at night. You got this song on. You're on your waterbed, just chilling out, you and your lady, and it gets dark, and it's time to make some waves in that waterbed while you listen to It is I'll Make Love to You by Boys to Men.
Chokehold. That whole CD had a chokehold on the planet.
I'll make love to you like you want me to.
Okay, well, all right. I guess Boys to Men, I'll Make Love to You. That was the number one song. Thank you, Pat. Thank you.
I will not let go.
It's like, I feel like they gave that CD away with every purchase at McDonald's or something, because like everyone owned that CD.
I did get an Elton John CD once at a McDonald's. I remember they were giving out CDs. CDs nuts. Oh. Anyway, you can hear these songs in other 80s and 90s hits on Q106.5. All right, that brings us to the end of this part of the show. Now let's get to the feedback part of the show called Crusaders Comments. All right. We are thrilled to kick off these comments with special shout outs to our Crusaders Club members. These are fine folks that have joined our Longbox Crusade. They enjoy priority seating, a special podcast guest, early access to special Longbox episodes, voting to help determine show content, backstage access to live recordings, and so much more. So these are the folks reaping the benefits and giving some much appreciated support to our show. All right, you guys know the routine. Take it away.
Alan W. Wright.
And Helica Wolf.
Burn Elvis. Word him up
in the chat.
Bill Beer.
Billy D.
Bradley Dello.
Carrie.
Did we miss Braxton?
Oh, it's Braxton. Guess we did. I'm sorry. Braxton Underwood. Word him up.
Carrie. Word him up.
Clinton Robinson.
Captain Entropy.
Clark Westfield. Word him up.
Dave Battle Wagon Collins.
Eric Hodges. Ching ching.
No, this bit won't die. It just multiplies. Eric Porter.
Ezra Gallo. Please stay.
Gary V.
Gene Hendricks.
George Meal.
Gerald Green.
Heinz K.
Django Unfettered.
Jason Keene.
Jason Lady.
Jeff Polier.
Jim Jarman, Jim Jarman, Jim Jarman, Jim Jarman. I hope you like Jim Jarman too, 'cause Jim will make love to you like you want him to, and he will hold you tight, baby, all through the night. If you're dressed like Baroness. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I got carried away.
Burn them up.
In the chat.
Jim Meal.
Joe Man Conan.
Joe Thomas.
I'm still recovering. Where are we? Am I John Watson? I am, aren't I?
You're John Watson.
John Watson.
Josh Strickland.
JT in the chat.
Candace Ward.
MVP, captivating, Kathy Bright. She's the hot stepper.
Word 'em up.
She makes all of the
Matt.
graphics.
Word 'em up.
Sometimes she hosts
Matt,
home shows.
Oh my God.
She demanded a song in the chat.
Production.
You can't complain about the
I
editing
probably
and
have to
then
edit this
pull
show.
off those shenanigans, sir.
She was in the chat. She
Sir.
said, I expect a song. So
Oh, I missed that part. Well, you gave her a song. So was that a good enough song? Kathy, let us
she
know.
gave us
Oh,
a
no.
thumbs up.
She
We're
gave a
good.
thumbs up. Okay, all right. Then we got ourselves a show then. Who's I supposed to be reading? Matt and Lissy Paso. Matt is joining us in the chat. That's where it's at. On the UPAT. It just happened to work.
There you go. Mark Ross.
Maxwell Traver.
Michael Menton.
Miranda W.
Word 'em up. PD Devins.
Paul Hicks.
Just realized how terribly out of date this list is. Rick from Jeff and Rick Present.
Ronald E. Was Ronald still with us?
Yeah, he is. Paul's
Sweet.
not.
Ronald Easterday.
Comic Foil. He's supposed to be there. He wasn't.
Was it my turn?
No, it is, but I threw in Comic Foil because I realized he was missing.
Oh. Okay. Where am I? Okay. Rob Morgan.
Sean Urbanski.
Snake Plissken.
Spidey 6'7". Don't worry, I hate myself.
You are no longer welcome here.
I appreciate that. That's the appropriate response.
Spreadsheet.
Steve Cronin.
Scott. And Steve Martin. Scott was supposed to be on there too.
Tim Price. Pat.
Pat, say Tony Bates.
Oh, did we do Steve Cronin? Okay.
Yes, we did. And then I said Tim Price.
Right, okay.
And he said,
Tony Pennington in the chat.
And Toronto Cop. If we missed anyone on our list, we apologize. Please keep in mind that we record these episodes well in advance of release. So if you're a recent addition, we should be adding you soon. Still, no worries. Just let us know that we missed you by sending an email to contact@longboxcrusade.com and we will get it straightened out. As a reminder, you can become a Crusaders Club member by heading over to patreon.com/longboxcrusade. For as little as $1 a month, you'll get access to the amazing world of the Crusaders Club. Come and check it out. If you don't have any extra scratch laying around, but you still want to help us out here at LBC headquarters, please take a moment to write a review on whatever platform you're listening on, or give us a YouTube subscription, and be sure to join us here for our live episodes. All right, so now we're going to roll into some reviews from Longbox Crusade episode 51, where we covered, I remember this one, Power Lords from December 1983. And Jared, you want to start walking us through where we got some social media shares and retweets?
Sure. We got some shares and retweets and all that stuff from Coffee and Comics.
we also have one. I don't think we've ever read his name before. Matt Kravitsky. Welcome, Matt.
Welcome, Matt.
We have a special thank you to the Dame, Deborah Smith, always sharing and liking our stuff. So thank you.
And we love those old standbys, and Jim Meal is definitely one, and we appreciate you liking and sharing, Jim. Thank you.
Same thing for Matt Paso. Thanks, Matt.
All right. Delvin, let's keep us rolling. Start picking some social media comments, because we got a few there as well.
I will. The first one is from Transformers Chronicles co-host himself, Jonathan Sugar Hams. And he says, have you done Starriers? Jared, I feel that you would be best to comment on that.
I know of Starriers, but we have not messed with any Starriers.
All right. Okay.
Do they come out to play?
I don't know.
I think maybe.
All right, Pat, keep it going.
All right, I'll take one from Dave McWhorter. And Dave says, I had the first issue of this and never got the story.
You say never grokked the story.
Never grokked the story.
Which means I never understood it fully. It's a Robert Heinlein reference from his book Stranger in a Strange Land. Back to you, Pat.
See, okay.
Pat, I didn't know that. I didn't know that either. I thought it was
yeah. All right, I get it. It was only later I realized that it was a toy tie-in, but hey, you got to give DC credit for trying. Yeah. Sure do.
I remember that one being very Flash Gordon-ish with Mark Teixeira art. It's all coming back to me now.
Yep. I like that Mark Teixeira art. Well, let's see what Brent Clark Rogers has to say. He says the comic was far better than the toys. I don't think I had any of the toys, so I can't really speak to it. But
I remember the ads in the comics, the Power Lords toys ad, but I don't remember ever seeing one on the shelf, man.
All right, you want to grab the last one, Jared?
Sure, yeah. Our episode 52 came out not too long ago, right before the Crusadeness started, and that was when we covered Adventures of Superman number 491 from June of 1992. So it hasn't been out there that long. So far, the only love it's got was a share from the Dame Deborah Smith. No comments. I mean, of course, our interior group liked and shared it, all that, but the only one carrying the weight out there is the Dame. Thank you.
Thanks,
Apparently,
Mom.
you're the only Superman fan out there. Delvin's mom. Either that or she likes Delvin. I don't know. Delvin or Superman.
That episode,
Superman,
since we got nothing else to
has
put
better
here.
hair. Sorry, Jared. What was that?
Since we got nothing else to put here, that episode did inspire me to go pick up. They're releasing the Triangle era. I think we covered this a little bit on that show. They're releasing the Triangle eras in omnibus hardcovers. Very nice. Volumes 1 and 2 are out now. Big, hefty. And they're pretty affordable. They're about $75 each off of Amazon. And for as much as you get in the hardcover quality, we're not getting paid for it, but I just thought I'd mention. If you like that Triangle era of Superman.
Yep. And
that was interesting. That was interesting stuff, I will say.
Yeah. That episode also inspired me to start reading through that Triangle era as well and finding some singles, I think. And that's what I was digging. Remember, I was bin diving at HeroesCon last year to start to find some of these that I was missing in the whole. So, yeah.
Remember you were in the 2 for $1 bin.
Yeah.
And you had like 14 books. And the guy was like, how about $10? And I was like, no.
How about no?
It's $7. And he acted put off by it. I was like,
it's your sign.
You made the sign.
You made the sign.
Was it $10 Al in disguise?
Yeah,
even like I was like, this is the worst negotiating tactic I've ever seen.
You got another 10 hours to go, buddy. Because we were in early and we were looking.
Yeah, that was before the doors even opened.
Yeah, before the doors. Oh man, fun times. Always fun time at HeroesCon.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for that commented or did a like and share. You can call us and leave a voicemail. We'll play on the show right here. You can leave us a message at 707-532-5269. That's 707-532-LBOX.
Pick up the phone.
I'll make love to you.
Just waiting for it all, Dan.
You can hear us.
And I
Want
missed
to meet
you.
somebody special? Go ahead. The Longbox boys are standing by.
Okay. You've got to edit it, Pat, so keep going if you so desire. Okay. Thanks to everyone for the likes, shares, follows, and comments. We appreciate your friendship and help in spreading the word about this podcast. And that's the show. Be sure to check out the website, longboxcrusade.com, where posts will be made for journaling this crusade. I want to thank Pat, Jared, and Delvin for joining me on this episode, and everybody who joined us here in the chat. Thank you as well. And before we go, let's find out where the listeners can find us on the internet. Delvin, go ahead and kick us off.
You can find me on Blue Sky, DEEREY1977, and Instagram, occasionally singing songs like, I don't know, Stay by Lisa Loeb. What about you, Pat?
But you can turn the radio on or turn the radio off.
It's true. It's one was singing my song.
Yeah. Well, Devin, I'm glad you asked. You can find me on the X at Christatos01. I'll pass it to Jared.
Quick question: was that a one of your dogs I heard just now in the background? It's been a long time since there's been a dog appearance. So you better shut that
No,
down.
I think that's my dog now.
Oh, okay. I thought I was
We're here.
like, oh, it's Pat's dog. We haven't heard Pat's dog in forever.
Yep.
Remember the old Chuck and Jiffy sketches, man? Oh, the memories. Anyway, the hell are we doing? Oh, hey, I can be found at Yard Sale Artist on X, Facebook, and Instagram. It's all at Yard Sale Artist, or you can find me at my newly remodeled Taco Bell here in town.
Woo! Oh, Jordan's still working at that newly.
He works at the one in Troy now, where he goes to school. He's officially transitioned over there.
Well, maybe I have to get him to start to supervise.
Oh,
there we go.
For the listening audience, he's wearing a Pat and Dave's Come Down on him t-shirt. Tacos.
Nice.
I gotta get one of those.
I do too. I want the Sherwood Forest one too, though.
Yeah.
All right. That just leaves me. You can find me at Jason Albrick on Instagram. Hit me up. I'll share some funny cat videos with you, or music videos, and the things I like. Thanks for listening, and we hope you have enjoyed this episode of the Longbox Crusade. As a reminder, if you'd like to share your thoughts with us, you can email us at contact@longboxcrusade.com or leave a comment at Longbox Crusade on social media. Until next time, take care, and please join us for the next episode as we continue on the crusade to
Read them all.
All right.
I think that is a wrap.
Coolness. Let's give away some stuff and talk about what we got coming up and call it a day.
Let's do that. Let's do exactly
that.
Where did that come from?
That's from Office Space. I think it's when he's fighting with the printer. Oh, do that.
Oh, yes. Yes, let's do exactly that.
All right. How many we got, Delvin? I think we're relying on Kathleen. Hopefully she's still around.
Yeah, we got quite a bit. Let's see. If I missed your name, please holler or text it. Matt Passo, Jim Meal, Heinz Cook, MVP Kathy Bright, JT, Magazines and Monsters, Tony Pennington, Eric Porter, J. David Wheater, and Auburn Elvis. Did I miss anyone?
Sounds right to me. You said Matt, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I did say Matt. Matt was the first one I said. That is 10. It's effing 10.
10.
Wow.
And I see we have 6 likes on this video. So 4 of y'all need to.
7 now.
There we go. I'm talking about. Just went from 6
Come
to
on.
7.
We're looking for 8. Somebody needs to hit that. Come on, hit it.
Kathy, 1 through 10 for us, please. And might as well do a 1 through 52 while you're at it for the Crusaders Club members.
It's our own version of New 52. Hey-oh.
And I'll grab some gifts here off screen. Be ready. Let's see who's going to win what. So, 5 and 18. Who's 5?
I mean, we all act like we're 5, but in this case, the name that came 5th on my list is Heinz Cook.
Heinz Cook. I know for a fact that Heinz is a G.I. Joe guy, so I got a G.I. Joe book for Heinz Cook. I will send him Larry Hama and Mike Hawthorne's G.I. Joe Origins trade paperback when they rebooted the series over at IDW, sort of an alternate take on the origins of G.I. Joe. So that'll be for Heinz.
Nice.
because I know he loves his Joe. And let's see, she said 18. So let me not look. I'm looking at the camera. I'm scrolling up, scrolling down. I'm putting my mouse somewhere. I'm going to go 18 up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 is our good friend Jason Lady.
Nice.
Lady.
It's a
Think
lady.
It's a lady. I think Jason would appreciate the Sherlock Holmes Year One trade paperback from Dynamite
nice.
Comics.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just recently finished it myself, which is why I'm allowing it to go. I liked it, but I only have limited space, so I'm going to let it go. Move it on to somebody else to read it. So, congratulations to Jason Lady. Thank you for being a Crusaders Club member for the Sherlock Holmes, and Heinz Yo Joe with the G.I. Joe Origins trade paperback. If you want more of our live stream goodness, as Eric, I believe, already mentioned in the chat, 2 days from now on Tuesday, the 13th, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Do the math as you go west. Come out to play with Delvin and I. We are going to be talking about
New Warriors.
New Warriors. Yeah.
59, I believe. Is it
59. I just read it yesterday.
Either 58 or 59.
It's 59
It's 59.
for sure, because I brought in all the pictures and stuff.
And I can go ahead and mention I have been having conversations with a certain writer of New Warriors that may or may not want the listening audience of Come Out to Play to pose some questions to him at some point or the other. So I'm bringing it up now for the first time, but I'll be bringing it up again on the show.
Hey,
Nice.
quick teaser. That's coming up on Tuesday.
Ooh, that's kind of cool looking cover.
We will do that on Tuesday around the LBC headquarters on Wednesday. We're going to be doing our first recording for Crusademas of 2026. And a little Holmes radio that will not be public. You know, we never do publics for the Crusademas ones. We make those a surprise in December.
Yeah.
So not even for our special Crusaders Club members. These are like ultra secret. And then Jason and I will be back with Jim the Joe Junkie on Thursday, recording Action Film Face Off, which again is classified recording.
Ooh.
So the best way to catch us though live is Tuesday. Delvin and I come out to play. And our next live will be Pat and I on the 21st, Wednesday of next week, where we'll be doing G.I. Joe. We'll be talking America's Elite 13 and Special Missions 13.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be for club members only. So if you're not a Patreon member, just go to patreon.com and search Longbox Crusade. For as little as $1 a month, you can join us in the live chat for that. And another one that we will make available for Patreon club members only will be the next Wednesday after that. Saturday Matinee Theater 101. I think we're going back to Zorro, if I recall. Zorro. The last time we saw him, he was on a who can remember what that thing was called?
Oh, that was
Funicular.
Funicular.
Yeah. Sled.
Plunging
sled.
to his doom on a funicular.
Punch of Doom.
So that's what's coming up in the next couple of weeks. Places you can catch us on the live. So basically, Tuesday is the last time you're going to catch us this month for free. If you're a club member, we'll see you on the 21st and the 28th.
Yeah.
And just a quick reminder, too, that Jim, the Joe Junkie, and I are going to be at G.I. Joe Winterfest in Shepherdsville, Kentucky on the weekend of the 24th. So if you're in the sound of my voice and you are free that weekend and you're thinking about going to Kentucky for that G.I. Joe toy show, let us know. Send an email to contact@longboxcrusade.com or hit me up at Yard Sale Artist on any of the social medias. And we would love to meet you for dinner on Saturday night. I think that's all I got.
Where are you guys going to be?
Hey.
Tennessee?
Kentucky.
Go deeper, Jared.
Deeper.
Deeper.
He's got Kingpin jokes. That's it for me.
All
I'm done
right.
talking.
I think we're done.
All right.
Well,
Posted the first one of 2026.
Yeah.
Man.
Get ready. It's a new year. LBC 10 year coming up. So we got to figure out what we're going to do for 10 years.
Got to Got to wake up Mary Jane, get her
Yeah.
recovered from the holiday party and the New Year's party.
Maybe, yeah.
Man.
See what's going on?
All right.
Thank you,
Apparently,
everyone.
I still got to watch a extra film face-off movie. One left to go. Haven't been real excited to watch it.
You saved that up, Phil. One. Hey, I see Jim's in the chat. Jason hasn't watched Knight Riders yet, Jim. I gave him fair warning.
You did. All right. Here we go.
All right.
I'll be watching
I'll
that
kill it.
tomorrow night.
All right.
Everybody's
right.
back froze. Thanks, everyone.